Okay, so for this problem, we have 2x minus 3 equals 13. And so the first thing that I want to do is I'm going to add 3 to both sides of the equation, because that will cancel out with the minus 3. And then I will be left with just 2x on the left side, and 13 plus 3 is 16. And then I'm going to divide by 2, because I have 2x over here, so we'll divide by 2. That'll cancel out with a 2x, leaving me just x equals 16 divided by 2 equals 8. So we have x equals 8 is our answer for number 1. On number 2, we have 5 equals 7w plus 8w plus 2. The first thing I see is that I have some like terms, 7w and 8w, that I can combine. So I'm going to combine those two. 7w plus 8w is 15w. And then we will bring down this plus 2. And on the other side, we have equals 5. If I have 5 equals 15w plus 2, then I'm going to subtract 2 from both sides, because that will cancel out with plus 2. 5 minus 2 is 3, so that gives me 3 equals 15w. Then, because I have 15w, I'm going to divide by 15 on both sides, because if I divide by 15, it'll cancel out with 15w. And here, a lot of people incorrectly got that w equals 5, but that is not the case for this equation. W does not equal 5 for this problem. W equals 3 divided by 15, which is 1/5, or it could be equal to 0.2. So it's not 5, it is 1/5. 3 divided by 15, not 15 divided by 3. On number 3, I see that I have a set of parentheses. Typically, whenever we have a set of parentheses, we want to do something to get rid of it, which would be to distribute whatever is in front to the inside. So we're going to take this negative 3, and we're going to multiply it times 2k, which gives me negative 6k, and take the negative 3 times negative 30, which gives me a positive 90. Bringing down the rest, we have 2k minus 6k plus 90 equals 45. Okay. Next thing I see is that I have some like terms, 2k and negative 6k, which if I combine those will give me negative 4k. Bring down the rest, plus 90 equals 45. Next thing I would do is subtract 90 from both sides, which will cancel out with the plus 90, give me negative 4k equals negative 45. 45 minus 90 is negative 45. And then finally, I have negative 4k equals negative 45, so I'm going to divide by negative 4 on both sides to cancel out with a negative 4k, which will give me that k equals negative, it's not negative, k equals 45 fourths. This is a fraction that does not actually simplify. So it's k equals 45 fourths, or as a decimal, you could say k equals 11.25. So k equals 45 fourths, or k equals 11.25. For number 4, we have 3c plus 1 equals c plus 1. I don't see any like terms to combine or any parentheses that I need to distribute, so the first thing I notice is that I have c's on both sides. I have 3c on the left and c on the right. I want to undo that, or I want to get rid of the c's from one side. Typically, it's better to get rid of the smaller one, so I'm going to do minus c on both sides of this equation to cancel out this c on the right side, and then 3c minus c is 2c. Bringing down the rest, I have plus 1 on the left side, and I have 1 on the right side. Now that I have 2c plus 1 equals 1, I'm going to subtract 1 on both sides, which will cancel out on the left side. It'll give me just 2c on the left side, and then 1 minus 1 also cancels out. 1 minus 1 is 0. So we now are at 2c equals 0. I would divide by 2 to cancel out with the 2c, and I'm going to get c equals 0. For number 5, I again see another set of parentheses, so I'm going to take what's in front of the parentheses and distribute it to what's on the inside. 2 times 8x is 16x. 2 times negative 5 is negative 10. Bringing down the rest, I have equals 4x. Now I have x's on both sides, so I am going to subtract 4x from both sides. You could subtract 16x from both sides, either way it would be fine. I'm just going to choose to go with subtracting 4x from both sides, which will cancel out with this, leaving me 0 on the right side. And 16x minus 4x is 12x. So I have 12x minus 10 equals 0. Now I'm going to add 10 to both sides. Give me 12x equals 10. And then with 12x equals 10, I would divide by 12, which gives me x equals 5/6. 5/6. Or x equals 0.83, repeating. But I would go with the fraction. X equals 5/6. On to the second page. We have number 6, which says 4 times the quantity x plus 8 equals 7 plus 4x. So again, if I have this set of parentheses, first thing I'm going to do is take what's in front of it and distribute it to the inside. 4 times x is 4x. 4 times 8 is 32, so we have 4x plus 32. Bring down the rest equals 7 plus 4x. I don't have any like terms to combine, but I do have x's on both sides. I have a 4x here and a 4x here. So first thing I'm going to do from there is I'm going to take away the 4x from this side. But I have to do that to both sides, which means I need to take away 4x over here. 4x minus 4x cancels out. And same thing on the left, 4x minus 4x cancels out. So on both sides of the equation, our x's are going to cancel out, which leaves me with 32 equals 7. But here, I don't have any variables left. My variables completely canceled out here and here. So I have no variables left. All I have left is 32 equals 7. This is a false statement because 32 is not the same thing as 7. And so therefore, that means there is no solution. On to number 7. We have some more parentheses, so we're going to take what's in front and distribute it. 9 times y is 9y. 9 times negative 4 is negative 36. Bring down the rest here on the left side, minus 7y. On the right side, we have 5 times 3y equals 15y. And then 5 times negative 2 equals negative 10. Okay, now I do have some like terms to combine. I have 9y minus 7y. I can combine that to make 2y minus 36 equals 15y minus 10. Now I have variables on both sides, so I'm going to subtract 2y from both sides, which will cancel out on the left and give me 13y over here on the right. So now I have negative 36 equals 13y, let me make a better equal sign, equals 13y minus 10. I'm going to bring this up here to the top, so I have more room. Negative 36 equals 13y minus 10. From here, I would add 10 to both sides. Give me negative 26 equals 13y. And then I would divide both sides by 13, giving me y equals negative 2. Okay, number 8 is probably the easiest problem on this whole page. We have 60 equals negative 12r. When we have a number in front of that variable, we're just going to divide. So we're divide by negative 12. Divide by negative 12 on both sides, and we're going to get r equals negative 5. Alright, and number 9, we have 3/4 p equals 18. There's a couple different ways that you could solve this one, but probably the easiest way is to just start by multiplying both sides by 4, because that's the denominator of this fraction. If you multiply both sides by 4, it will cancel out with the denominator, leaving you just 3p on the left side, and then 18 times 4 is 72. So now that we have 3p equals 72, we just divide by 3, and we will get that p equals 24. For number 10, we have negative 21a plus 28a minus 6 equals 10.2. I see that I have like terms, 21a and 28a, or sorry, negative 21a plus 28a is 7a. Bring down the rest, so I have minus 6 equals negative 10.2. I will add 6 to both sides to cancel that with this minus 6 on the left side, and that will give me 7a equals negative 4.2. And with my 7a, I can divide by 7, and that will give me that a equals negative 0.6. You could turn this into a fraction. A equals negative 3/5. But with this one, because it started with a decimal, I'm going to leave it as a decimal. And that is the end of this first page of the review.